Indie Music Live, episode 163. What's up, everybody? I am the severely talented JoeJoeKeys. You like how I did that? Sitting here with Nadira Norjahan and David Werba tonight. Tonight we have Bluebird, Blackbird by the Hollywood Farmers. We also have featured artist from Sweden. Man. TJ. What?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, from TJ Leonard. A little pre-recorded interview coming up. He's in Sweden and couldn't make it live tonight. But we got that coming up. And then we also have a review that's on the website. Bill Abernathy, song Cry Wolf, part of the MTS Michael Stover management crew. So what's up, guys? How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up?
Hey,
hey. Nadira Norjahan, yeah.
Norjahan.
There she is.
I don't know what. How many times I have to tell you? Norjahan, man. Norjahan.
That's what I say. I said that.
No, you said Norjahan.
Well, that time I did, but before I did, say the right one.
Yes. 50 lashes with a wet noodle. How you doing?
Good. I'm excited. You got like at the end of April, Nadira's teaching a workshop in Phoenix called The Art of the Urban Head Bob. I'm really looking forward to it. It's for a bunch of corporate executives. Just, make sure corporate America can do it properly.
Right.
So, yeah. We'll see you soon.
No pants required. No pants required.
No, it's recommended.
Is that like the floss thing that they do on Fortnite? Anyway.
Oh, gosh.
So we got some good music tonight. Hollywood Farmers. These guys kind of remind me of, oh, shit. What's the name of that band? Cold Jackets. A little bit. This is the song Bluebird, Blackbird. Let's go ahead and check it out, Rod. Whenever you're ready, hit it.
Look at the bad luck. Look at the battle affairs. Never seen a bluebird doing it backwards. Never seen a bluebird messing with blackbirds. Never knew true love could be so good. Look at the blackbirds. Look at my doorstep. Look at my doorstep. Look at the bluebirds. Look at the blackbirds. Look at the good luck. Look at the bad luck. Look in the battle affairs. Never seen a bluebird doing it backwards. Never seen a bluebird messing with blackbirds. Never knew true love could be so good. Look at the blackbirds.
No, we're not talking about Dave's junk or forests or anything like that. That was Bluebird, Blackbird by Hollywood Farmers. And I don't know. Dave, why don't you stand up for us?
No, Nadira's critique is actually going to be kind of more of like a charade. She has no words. It's just all.
She's going to show us how it makes her feel. Ready? Set.
Yeah. Here we go. Full screen. Nice one.
Oh, that's one of the best in 163 episodes right there.
No, so here's my thoughts. I mean, like when I was younger, high school, early college, I really did not like ska music at all. It was just like polka on acid or something. It didn't work for me. But over the years,
this isn't really ska though, Dave. This is more rockabilly.
It's like half ska, I would say.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I mean, it's ska beat, like it's a ska rhythm, and I kind of got into it a little more in the past few years. This band Spawn, met in the blockchain world, and I really like what they're doing. But I realized over time what I didn't like about ska was the mix of the music with like a really clean, straightforward voice. I don't like that mix. So this guy has like an edgier, raspier voice. So I like this. Like I liked his voice, and the intro kind of reminded me of that song "White Room" by Cream. I don't know if you remember. There's like dun, 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 I don't know. So
that was a very good impression.
Yeah, thank you. Back to
you. Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, did you say rockabilly? Is that a term?
Yeah, like Reverend Horton Heat, stuff like that. That's like the main one that people would know of reference.
Rockabilly.
Yeah,
hillbilly rock.
It's like sort of like punk rock vibe but they're like dressed up like 20s and 30s dudes, and it's like kind of country at the same time. It can go different directions, but yeah.
Well, let me say, I like this tune. It's not something I might have in my playlist, but I like it. I felt like the mix was a little bit out of balance. I wanted to hear a little bit more crisp vocals. The seemed a little bit too big, but it was really, really cool, and it was like vishy, and I wanted. It makes me want to practice like saying stuff really, really fast. But it's really cool. I really like it.
Cool. Well, I like rockabilly in general. That's why I was kind of thinking swaying more that way. Everybody has different experiences, though. Of course, the thing that makes ska to me is the horns and the and I just didn't hear that in here. I heard more of the rockabilly sort of flappy low bass, like that kind of thing. Yeah. So, but anyway.
Yeah, and that guitar, ding.
The real raw guitars. I would suggest everybody check out Reverend Horton Heat if they never have. It's like Reverend Horton Heat. When I say it fast, it's hard to hear, but really, really great band. I saw them a couple times. They're real popular in the Midwest, but all over the country, really too. They're not huge, but they like sell out all their shows because they have like a cult following. They've been around forever. So anyway. Let's move on to the featured artist of the week. Like we said, this guy couldn't be here tonight, but we were able to catch him a couple days ago, and at a better time for him than 3, 4, or 5 in the morning or whatever it is in Sweden.
He's from Sweden.
Sweden.
What am I doing? Anyway, so we're gonna check him out. Go ahead and hang out, watch the video with us. Let us know what you think of the music in the comments. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, I'm TJ Leonard. I hope you like my new song, Tennessee Waltz.
My granddaddy told me once, take care of the things in life and cherish the ones you had dear. Store memories at home. Remember the part when you hold your baby near. He said each night when I close my eyes, I can see a road so clear, I can feel her hands. I can hear her pretty voice sing along to the music when we danced. I held her gently, my arm wrapped around her waist and holding her hand in mine. Slowly floating over the hardwood floor, and we were dancing deeply in love to the Tennessee Waltz. Tennessee Waltz. In good times and bad, for retro poorer, something to keep in your mind. The wheels turning fast, it's hard to keep up. Sometimes circumstances makes you blind. But each night before I close my eyes, I will kiss your lips goodnight. I will hold your hand. I will dream of when you sing along to the beautiful music when we dance. I hold you gently, my arm wrapped around your waist and holding your hand in mine. Slowly floating over the hardwood floor, and we are dancing deeply in love.
So some of the greatest, most legendary artists of all time cite country as a major influence in their sound. I'm talking about artists that are not country artists. One I'd like to note right now is Ray Charles. And he's maybe the most celebrated in terms of considering country and influence, but obviously everyone here, I'm sure, knows him. He's a pop and soul artist, a Hall of Fame legend. And his first band was a country band. And that kind of set the foundation for his music afterwards. And so TG, you kind of took the backwards path here. It's like you played in a bunch of different genres. It looks like you played in like 7 or 8 different types of bands before you were led to country, and then something clicked. So why don't you just explain what happened there?
Well, yeah, I really don't know. It just happened. I was at that time. I produced a lot of pop and R&B because I've been into that and jazz and a lot of other genres. But something happened when I heard Somebody Like You with Keith Urban, with that banjo intro and all the feel to the song, and it's a country mixed with pop, and it worked fine with me because I'm Swedish, so pop is very big here. So, and I was tired of all the programmed music that was doing all programmed drums and everything. So I heard that organic sound with the banjos and everything, and I had to do this. I fell in love immediately with the genre, and yeah.
So I just want to tell her, I mean, this is not a fake accent. Everyone who's born in Sweden, he lives in Sweden. Country is not a popular genre out there, I would assume. I'm sure there's not a lot of country bars to play at. Is that correct out there?
No, we have a 1 or 2 here in Stockholm, but not more than that, and only on Tuesdays or something like that.
All right, well, talk about that. So you're kind of like the black sheep of the Swedish music scene for a while. You're playing this obscure genre, I'm sure, to most people in that area. Talk about the feedback and just going through that process to basically announce to the people around you, at least to where you live right now, starting with that group. It's just like, hey, this is what I want to do. I love this music. And it's actually enormously popular in other parts of the world. Like, I'm sure, did you have to like kind of turn people on to this, convince people, explain like what you were thinking?
Actually, the country starts to get bigger and bigger here in Sweden. And there's a lot of good country artists as well. But the media isn't there, the radio and the TV. We have one woman, Jill Johnson. She's very big here in Sweden, and she has a TV show on her own. That's about it. And you can't listen to country music on the radio, for example. You have to tune in on some internet station or something, but not the Swedish radio. There's nothing there. So we struggle a little bit with getting our voices heard out there, but people in general likes country. I'm working as a house inspector, so I check out houses for when they will buy or sell. So I meet a lot of people out there in the.
You bring your guitar to those and just.
Actually, I had a. actually had a pretty funny moment when I told a guy that, hey, you have this very nice grand piano here. Is it in tune, or do I have to, write that it's, badly tuned? So, no, I'm a jazz musician, he said, and started to play a couple of those old standard songs. And I used to sing jazz, so we started to jam.
Well, hey, I mean, every house inspection is an opportunity to present your music to people.
Yeah. When I'm out there, anyway, I hear a lot that they like country music because I promote myself a little bit when I'm out there. So in general, people like country music, but we need to get, radio and TV to accept it and.
All right. So moving on here, it was listening to this Dancing to the Tennessee Waltz. I mean, Nashville, like whether you like country or not, I'm just speaking to the audience. Nashville has some of the best production engineering quality in the world of any music. And I kind of feel that Nashville sound like in this your latest songs here. Where did you record this, and who is engineering?
You see, I'm in the studio right now, so I record my parts here: the drums, the bass, the acoustic guitar, and the vocals. And actually, on this track, my former guitar player, he moved to Nashville almost 2 years ago now. So he recorded the electric guitar over in Nashville, and I assembled it here. And I'm the engineer, and so I've mixed it and mastered it and everything. Excellent,
great job, man. That's
Thanks.
Great. So where I was just kind of searching around. I see you're on CD Baby. I just see the one song up there. What's your main website that people can find yet?
It's tjleonardcountry.com. But that is at the moment linked to my Facebook page because we're working on it. So
excellent. How about, are you on social media? Do you have like a consistent handle?
I don't know what that is.
Like, what's your social media username? Is it
on Twitter? It's TJL Country.
Okay.
If that's what you mean.
Yes.
Yeah. And
TJL Country. That's at Twitter if you want to find him.
Absolutely. And on Facebook, it's TJ Leonard Chestnut, I think, because I used to have a band called Chestnut. TJ Leonard Chestnut.
Got it. Okay. Well, TJ, it was a pleasure having you here, man. I mean, we're digging your stuff, and hopefully you can come back. I mean, come back and be a critic. But for now, Rob, if you're ready, let's cue up the next song. Just like that.
Crying wolf, you gotta recognize the thieves in their tracks. Who's crying wolf? We gotta separate the lies from the facts. The truth is calling our names loud and clear, but we're running with the pack that's turned to deaf fear. We've got to learn who's crying wolf. Think first, and the rest will come. Turn on the TV, and what do I see? Elected officials in a broken governmental machine, assuring all the masses they are building this American dream, while spending all the time debating the latest tweets. Your tax dollars at work. I turn the next channel, I see a smile so bright, spreading the gospel that everything's alright. Keep sending me your money market 501c3. A deduction for you and 0 taxes for me. Hallelujah! Tell me, are you crying wolf? You gotta recognize the thieves in their tracks. Tell me, are you crying wolf? We gotta separate the lies from the facts. The truth is calling our names.
Indie Music Live, episode 160 freaking 3. I'm JoeJoeKeys. Hope you like TJ Leonard. It seems like a nice guy. I didn't actually get to meet him because I was busy for the pre-recorded interview. But Dave, what are your thoughts on?
Well, I mean, with that, you saw his studio right there. I think he just gets an amazing sound, out of that place. Like, whether you're into that type of music or not, you got to appreciate the quality.
Yeah, that's definitely sticks out. So the other tune was "Cry Wolf" by Bill Abernathy. Both those guys are actually MTS management guys. They send us the majority of the country music that we review as of now. And we're not really country guys. I grew up in Indiana, and I had a bunch of buddies that loved country, and I got into some Garth Brooks and some of those guys, and it's good music. I always say that some of the best musicians are country musicians, because a lot of those guys can play a lot of different genres too. As far as like Cry Wolf goes, you can read my review I did on the website. The guitar playing is great. I think the song itself is a little dated sounding. Not really top choice for me. Nadira, does it make you do this?
No.
Different type of music.
I also am not wearing pants, so I can't stand up.
No. I do agree. It sounds a little dated. It sounds like maybe it's something that he just like wanted to do, but I think that it's probably super great live. It's probably like a real hype song live. So I'd be interested to see like what it was like live, but I think it's okay. It's okay. I wasn't crazy about the mix. It was okay to me. The vocals were pretty good. I think when I say that, let me clarify. When I say the vocals were pretty good, meaning that he didn't go outside of his comfort zone unnecessarily for this song. A lot of times people just want to, I want to drive it home, and they get too excited and they take it somewhere and it doesn't need to go. And he played it safe where he was supposed to, and I think his message came.
I mean, we've gotten a lot of music like this, though, Nadira. It's like a lot has passed through where the artist is writing in a style or an era that they're comfortable with and that where they want to be. So it may sound dated. Yeah, I think it does sound dated, but it's dated to like, Dan Fogelberg. That's who you mentioned, Joe, in the review. And I heard some Dire Straits, some Mark Knopfler influence in this.
And when I say dated, I don't mean like it sounds the sound quality is actually pretty good, but I think it almost sounds like it was recorded on older equipment too, which is fine because a lot of people like to record on older equipment. I think one of the things I mentioned was this kind of the splashy cymbals, possibly, if that was that review. I'm not really sure, but it sounds like it was recorded. Maybe the tape was a little distorted or something like that.
I heard that too. Yeah, I wanted to hear like a sharper snare cutting through for sure. Maybe like a warmer low end. Like crank the bass up a touch, but on the dated conversation, it's like it's like Ben Cody comes to mind. It's like his sound is mid 80s.
It's a different kind of dated sound though. It's like the quality of the recording is better, but it's dated down because that's what he's trying to do. But yeah.
But so Ben Cody, like the music he makes, it sounds like mid 80s style, like hair metal, hard rock, but it's his fresh take on it. So this is
that's why I said that.
This is Bill's take on that era. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was saying that's why I think that it would probably be crazy good live because it just sounds like there's a lot of enthusiasm for his lyrics more so than the recording and the quality and all that. It seems like his focus was to get his message out, which I can appreciate because you know, I'm all about telling the story. And his lyrics, it sounds like he's very, very passionate about his lyrics, and I enjoy someone who is very passionate about what they do. So dated sounding or not, you know, I that's what I enjoyed about this tune, is that he's really you can hear his passion, you know, and he didn't go where he didn't need to go with it.
That shirt is kind of dated.
You know what, dude? Let me tell you, you didn't even know how to properly respond to, can I kick it? Can I kick it? And I'm going to ask all of you who are watching us, can I kick it? You're supposed to say, what's the response? Tell us the response below in the YouTube link and in the Facebook Live link. Tell me what the response is.
So before we wrap this up, Nadira, why don't you let everybody know what you've been up to? Open mic thing or something, or some other thing?
Yeah, working with Delaware Music Network and Musilog. You guys are familiar with Musilog, our online magazine. Sam's. I'm the first lady, so it's ours. But and there's a open mic jam session with Delaware Music Network. Two friends of mine, Joe and Delbert, and we're Joe Bellardo and Delbert. I don't forget what Delbert's last name is, but anyway, it's very successful. We had a very successful first night. I've been performing with a few bands. One is Pitch Black. The other is Anaya Jazz, which is also headed by Delbert, who is part of Delaware Music Network. And there will be, we'll be putting up some videos of the very exciting artists that we have featured. I am hosting the open mic jam session every month, once a month. So, and I will have, and what we do is we have a feature for each one. And hopefully I will get them to reach out to Indie Music Plus and get some promotion.
Now we're talking.
Dave,
so,
final words?
Yeah.
Good times. Always fun when Nadira passes through. It's just like a whirling dervish of glory when she passes through an event.
Ooh. Wait a minute. Let me get the head roll. You like that? He likes that.
Go.
He likes that thing.
Just keep doing that. I'm going to take us home. Here we go. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Every Tuesday night, live on YouTube, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. This is Indie Music Live 163. As always, I'm JoeJoeKeys, and thank you to Robert Hicks and Hixvideo for making us look really, really hot. As always, I'm a pretty ugly dude in real life, and look how good he makes me look.
Gorgeous. Look at that.
We'll catch you next week.
Yeah.
Peace.